Satan cured my cancer. Now I wish I was dead. Part 2 by Richard Saxon. Satan had left me with no explanation. I had been given a job, but no description. All I had was a box labeled Collection Kit number 8402, whatever that meant. The box seemed ancient, made out of wood with golden metal strips covering the edges. There was a lock with a key already in it, which I turned to open it up. Inside there were a few seemingly unrelated items: a red handkerchief, a butter knife, a police uniform, an ancient GPS device or tracker, and a few unmarked glass bottles, and a crimson envelope marked for me. I took the envelope first, assuming it would have some instructions as to what I should do next. It was handwritten with silver ink. Congratulations on your recent employment and/or promotion at the Devil's Playground. You have been assigned as a collector. Below is a bit of information to help you on your journey, to ensure you remain safe during your work hours. There are several important items in the box. Should they be misplaced, do not panic, as they will return to the box on their own. Should you be stupid enough to lose the entire box, it will also be returned to you, but in the most inconvenient way possible. There is a dental plan involved with a longer contract, so no one can say we don't care about our employees. Never attempt to take on multiple targets at once, unless instructed to do so by a superior. Each item is meant for a specific purpose and should only be used accordingly. Do not interfere with other employees during their work hours. Should you happen to bump into another collector, simply ignore them and mind your own business. Don't try to summon the Dark Overlord. He is busy and sick of your shit. Yours truly, Lucifer. On the other side of the paper there was a list of names which seemed to be a mix of people and locations, and the correct item to use was written next to each target on the list. Feel free to complete this list in any order you see fit. Once completed, the contract will end unless otherwise discussed. Michael Finch, Greenfield Avenue, 54B, butter knife. Silverwoods Prison, Cell Block D, police uniform. Walmart, middle of fuck knows where, use a GPS tracker. Handkerchief. Do not worry about how to use the items. You will know what to do when you see it. I had never heard of Silverwoods Prison before, but apparently it was only a few towns over, so I decided to start there, it being the closest target and all. I checked out the police uniform. A tag was attached to it which read, "Wear me." I parked at the prison. There was a good view of the yard from the parking lot, but it seemed empty. It wasn't an impressive sight: old-fashioned buildings, seemingly straight out of the 40s, with a failing roof and solid concrete walls. There was only one entrance. By it on the inside there was a booth with a guard. His name tag said Herbert or something else, with an H. He was a rather large guy, but not the flattering sort of large. Another rookie, won't last a week, he mumbled to himself, not noticing that my uniform did not match his. The layout of the prison was pretty basic. A singular long hallway led to each of the cell blocks. I entered the door marked D. 3 floors, each visible from the bottom, with rows and rows of cells, but all were inexplicably empty, and no guards appeared to be around. Perhaps that area wasn't being used, or the prisoners just had been escorted into the yard for some leisure time. In any case, it was convenient to my cause. As I pondered, I felt a gentle caress on my inner thigh. Moving slowly upwards, I froze in my steps as I grabbed my thigh, only to find that nothing was touching me, but something had appeared in my pocket. A note from Satan. You see that isolated cell over there? Yes, the one with the plastic drapes. That's a pocket into a different dimension. A man there by the name of Jeremy is hiding, and he has something that belongs to me. Get it? Pretty please. Signed, L.U.C. I suppose that means Lucifer. I sighed, briefly considering my own stupidity before entering the quarantine cell. Immediately the atmosphere changed, and I mean the actual pressure dropped dramatically to the point that I thought I would explode. In addition, it was freezing cold. I looked behind me and wondered how the thin sheet of plastic separated the two dimensions. It was a simple, tiny cell, completely empty, except for a bed with a sheet. There was a lump beneath the sheets which would undoubtedly be Jeremy. I yanked the sheets away to uncover a skeleton, barely clothed in a prison jumpsuit that someone had clearly defecated in, without cleaning it for a few too many months. Luckily, the freezing cold had prevented the smell from getting too bad, but I still gagged at the whole situation. Clearly, Satan hadn't taken disgust from me yet. Lucky me. A pain shot through my chest as if someone was severely twisting my nipples. I grabbled at my chest to find another note. LUC, or Lucifer again. Just letting you know that he has a key that can open doors, but not in the way you might think. It is not important, but what matters is that you put the key in one of the glass bottles I provided. Do not use it to open any doors. I already took away all his senses, including his inability to feel temperature, probably why he froze to death. Idiot. No idea why he chose to hide in a prison cell, though. His debt is paid, you may return home. Jeremy had made a deal with Satan, just like myself. A man who made a mistake and had cost him not only his life, but the fact that no one would ever learn of his fate. I left the prison, my clothes were covered in frost from the brief time inside the pocket dimension. The guard chuckled as I left, didn't even seem to care that I was covered in ice. Out so soon? Typical rookie, he said, not looking up from his Sudoku puzzle. It was a long drive home. I had completed the first part of the job with little to no resistance, but something told me I hadn't chose it by chance, and that the others would be far more complicated. While glancing at my rearview mirror, I saw that something had appeared in my back seat. The wooden box and a note on top. To my favorite new employee. Good job on your first quest. But don't head home yet. I need you to pick something up. If you do, I'll restore your most precious memory. How to feel happiness. You still have to finish the contract, but this way you might actually enjoy it. I'll let you use the GPS tracker to find the place. Signed, Lucifer. This is going to be a long life.